Alright, hello everybody, thank you for suffering with me today. So I've got quite a few things on the to-do list today. I'm going to be completing 2 challenges, and also I'm going to be showcasing some of the builds that I'm doing. So, I hope everyone enjoys.
One shudders to envisage what repulsive larvae gestates within the glue as we speak.
I guess I can try my no-kill challenge here. What is this? Oh. Search and destroy. I don't think that would work. John Helldiver probably wouldn't work either. Let's see, what kind of grenades are you supposed to bring? Throwing knives, I think? I think you have to bring throwing knives for that. So, I guess for this one, I will just simply show my bug build. Or no, my blitz build. My search and destroy build.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
For blitz missions. Blitz build is intended to be used against all 3 factions. So it's kind of a well-rounded build. And it is designed specifically for these missions, where you have an extremely short time limit and have to get everything done very, very quickly. Let's see. Oh dear lord. Yeah, I think starting here and then maybe rotating around like this would be best. I believe I have everything unlocked that I would need for all of my builds now. And I've tested almost all of them. There's a cape that goes pretty well with the roadblock. Yeah, this one. Right, the Redeemer. Fun. I'm using the Redeemer as a secondary because against the Illuminates you got to be able to take down those shields pretty quickly. And I just feel like the Redeemer is the best option there, guaranteeing that it will go down quickly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a spear. Yeah, it's not the commando, it's a spear. I'm about to say, I don't the commando is definitely used in a different build. Yeah. Some long call-in times on these. You could potentially use the 380 instead of the 120. The 120 has a much lower cooldown, so I like that. And right now I have it set up to where there are different... Honestly though, the expert extraction pilot is probably the worst option for blitz build, because even though it would make the mission go faster and you could complete your you could complete one of your you get whatever, an achievement or whatever from it, but it actually makes it a lot harder because it gives you less times, because when the timer runs out you have to make it to extraction on time. So this, I may, if we can get a more fitting, I don't know, localized confusion seems like it would be better for this, simply because it would reduce the enemy spawns, and that's kind of, you know, that's good. You want them to spawn less enemies, because dealing with less enemies means that you can deal with more bases. And so just having a lower spawn rate would probably be better. But for right now, I've got localized confusion on a different faction, so I think it would be best for this, for the blitz build. Until they come out with a different... Because there are plenty that I don't use, just none that really fit the bill. Everyone fucking loves help pod optimization, but I've never really liked it. Liked it too much, personally. Guess I'll use that one for a temporary hold until I get the one, until I get something, until they add some, release one that I think works well with the other build. But yeah, I definitely think that less enemy spawns, or less frequent enemy spawns, would just be more useful. Because the expert extraction is actually more harmful than it is helpful. I mean, if you can swiftly get everything done and get everything taken care of, then that's great. But if your FRV gets destroyed, then you essentially need... having the expert extraction pilot is going to do nothing but hurt you. Or if you're having to just kind of like bide your time, you know, fight something instead of actually just ignore it, it can be problematic having that less time. Because if you still have to complete, if you run out of time and still have to complete the mission, it does nothing but hurt you. And if you have completed the mission, it doesn't really matter. You could extract, get some samples, get, you know, a better rating on the mission or whatever, but once you've completed the mission, you know, it doesn't really matter if you extract or not. So having that extra time to actually complete the mission is just very useful. But for now, I'm just showcasing this build.
Let them come. Let them brawl. Let them face the insurmountable might of the Helldivers.
This is against bugs. I have tested these builds against other factions, and I've done all that stuff. The hardest faction to use this build against is the fucking bots, because simply because they have the cannon towers and everything that just one shot and insta kill your vehicle. Against the bugs, you can pretty much outrun most bugs with the vehicle. Now the chargers do continue to chase you. Did I actually pick up the spear? Yes, I did. I'm just being completely devoid of thought right now. I'm free of thought right now. I should equip that because right now I am not thinking at all.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Outside the combat area. I'm trying to do some crazy acrobatics with my vehicle though. That one is accurate. I'm about to say if this starts sliding backwards.
Tactical asset near your position.
Oh yeah, you think? I'm literally right on top of it already. I definitely have discovered this. Oh, and I actually have access to radar. That's weird and different. First one's gonna be napalm.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Ooh, another napalm. Good. I'll just go ahead and throw it right in. What was that other one? Is that a mini nuke? Is that smoke? What is that? Ooh. Ooh, yeah, maybe offset it to the side over here. Napalm. We'll go ahead and throw that straight in. Napalms are great against bugs. In my opinion. In my personal opinion. I found another one and I have no idea. I'm hearing enemies, but I don't see them. Ooh, what's this? Smoke. Nice, we got a smoke here. Anything else? I don't see anything else, so I'm just going to go ahead and load the smoke. Where was that smoke? There it is, right here. I'm going to do smoke then nuke.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Fucking breach already. Oh god, I might have messed that up. Anyways, on to this. I will finish that when I get back. When I'm actually short on time, because I spent all that time over there instead of... I tried to be picky about... Oh god. Well, let's avoid that battle time. Well, I have a spear for dealing with him, but at the same time, you know... Oh god, yeah, he's coming after me. I can't even get to the fucking things. Did I deal with him? Yes, it did, but there's another Bile Titan. He's still coming, even though I hit him with a spear shot, so you have to somehow get around him.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Every time I go anywhere, it tells me I'm leaving the zone. And this terrain is so bumpy, I don't like it. Oh boy, here we go. Going through all of them. Oh god, come on. It's a Bile Titan hole. Oh, okay. You gotta be fucking kidding me. There's a fucking Bile Titan hole, and it's in a tiny fucking enclosed... You know what? I'm just gonna skip that one. I can't deal with the Bile Titan hole right now. And that is a fucking stalker. Don't really think I can deal with that either. Fantastic. Okay, I literally shot directly at him, and then he just fucking completely ignored it.
Reinforcements on the way.
Where the hell even is my... There he is. Why is he attacking my car? And I also stemmed, and my character didn't stem, I guess.
5 minutes left. We can't stay this low much longer, Helldiver.
We're down!
fuck? Why are there 800 bugs around my fucking vehicle? And it won't even spawn me anywhere near the fucking vehicle, and I can't pilot my thing either.
Democracy has landed.
Why is there another fucking bug breach here? They haven't set off a single. They set off that one alarm, but they haven't set off a single other fucking alarm. And I'm dying. I'm literally dying instantaneously. As soon as I throw in the stems, it instantly kills me. Fuck. I don't even know where my fucking spear is. And this doesn't have anything to do with the fucking stalkers. It's disgusting.
Packing map.
Somehow get over here, get my shit. And get out. See, look, my shit is supposed to be here, but it's not fucking here. It's not anywhere up over there. And now there's apparently a spore charger somewhere around here because I can't see jack shit. And look, they're literally completely surrounding my fucking spear. And I haven't destroyed a single fucking bug hole, and it's already been... Because there's literally a Bile Titan hole enclosed in a small space. Okay, and this is not even a fucking... Okay, so this is the reason I can't see anything. But this is... Anyways, normally this build works just fine, but with the game, with every single thing that I've attempted to do... Okay, how did that not kill him? I shot him straight in the fucking direct... I made a direct shot into him with my fucking weapon, and it killed me, but not him.
Reporting to the front.
Okay, that one killed him. Why did it take 2 fucking shots to kill a stalker? And why are they trying already to call in another fucking bug hole? And I literally just hit E to get in the vehicle. I showed him doing the animation of getting in the vehicle, but then he somehow... I rubber banded back out? What in the actual fuck? I've been in this mission for 10 minutes already and haven't gotten a single fucking bug hole. Wait a minute, I'm not even at the right... How the fuck am I over here? This isn't even the fucking nest that I was heading towards. Okay, there's another Bile Titan hole. Why are there more than one Bile Titan hole? That doesn't make any fucking sense. There's a Bile Titan hole at every single fucking base, apparently. So are there only 13 holes in the... I've only found 2 fucking bases and both of them have a Bile Titan hole. Where the fuck are the actual rest of the fucking bases that are supposed to be on the map? Neither of these are even the big base. Okay, so there's 3 medium bases. Apparently every single one of them has a fucking Bile Titan hole, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Great showcase, huh? See what I mean? Like everything's surrounded by hills. I can't fucking get in there and fucking shoot the damn Bile Titan hole because I can't fucking see it. And I can't get close because guess what? There's a fucking Bile Titan right there. And if I kill him, another one's just gonna come out of the hole. I can't even get close to any of these fucking bug holes. I mean, it's fine because I wouldn't be able to call in reinforcements right now anyways, but literally I spent the entire fucking game dying because the game was just forcing me to die. What the hell? And now they just spawned in Shriekers, which weren't following me before, and also now suddenly there's another fucking thing leaning against this wall. There was absolutely not something an explosive artillery shell leaning against this wall earlier. I have fucking video proof of it.
Bag's empty.
I can't even get one fucking secondary objective done. That doesn't make any sense.
Today's defeat of tomorrow's victory.
So, I got absolutely so I was trying to showcase this build, and somehow I got absolutely fucking nothing done. I wasn't able to close a single fucking bug hole. So, I literally had a fucking FRV, but somehow I wasn't able to avoid the bugs because the terrain was so fucking uneven. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I've used this build before, and I've specifically done these kinds of missions, but I've never had to deal with that much fucking, well, I mean, I have definitely dealt with that much bullshit, but not while streaming, apparently. I mean, I've literally had an invisible charger appear before me, but yeah, there was literally a stalker nest guarding one of them. And the stalkers, for some reason, were refusing to die. I would fire a shot at them and then try to unload with my secondary, my pistol, but apparently that wasn't fucking doing anything. I had heavy armor, but was instantaneously dying to anything that so much as touched me. And one of the bug breaches that appeared, they never even called it in. They never called in a bug breach. There was just suddenly a bug breach near me, without them ever calling anything in. And it was very shortly after they called in a different bug breach. So yeah, it's pretty fucking obvious how that was intended to be. You're just fucking with me, as you always are. Why would I even give a shit? Why would I bother with this? Defend against the sudden and unprovoked onslaught of mutated terminids from the gloom. Sudden and unprovoked onslaught of mutated terminids from the gloom? You mean the gloom that we've invaded several times that's unprovoked? Well, I'm gonna go to Grimsco. I like Grimsco. Disciplines. No, that's right. I'm gonna do it.
The operation has
You're
failed.
intentionally not gonna.
We must try again elsewhere.
Initiating FTL jump to the Crimsica system. FTL jump successful.
Yeah, fuck you and your bullshit. You're probably gonna need
Mission
that for the
coordinates
entirety
locked.
of this whole thing. You're gonna everything that I try to
Hellpod
do is fucking it's just like I literally fucking installed the Dexcom, or set up the Dexcom 7, moving from the Dexcom 6. It hasn't given me a single goddamn accurate reading of my blood sugar levels. It's just keeps going up and down between over 300 and under 50. Right now it's saying that my blood sugar levels are 70. But a minute ago it was saying under 50. I haven't eaten anything, so there's no reason, like maybe my body has, whatever, done something to increase my blood sugar levels. But this is the graph. See, it was below 70 and then it just went up to 70. But it just keeps saying that it's like going up and down randomly without me, if I don't eat anything or take any insulin, it'll still just randomly go up and down. So I think that the sensor's fucked. So I guess I gotta install a new sensor. Alrighty. This one I haven't actually tested the most recent changes, but I'm definitely interested in doing that. I don't even fucking care about the rest of this shit. Right, yeah, that's right. I switched it to the Punisher Plasma Punisher, because I think it's pretty up. I'm going to be using either the Talon or the Dagger. I think right now, I think the Talon is the best option for this. Kind of wanted to use the Talon in spots, but it's great though. You hit him with the Punisher Plasma, it staggers everyone, then you pull out the Talon, you just blast everyone to bits, to pieces. And I'm attempting to use explosive resistant armor because I have some very explosive weapons. Or turrets, I should say. If you're playing solo, the vitality
Hellpod launch initiated.
the vitality thing should obviously be something to go with the dimension. The vitality boost is very useful. It's just incredibly useful. It gives you a lot of survivability.
Today the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
Deploying equipment package. Deploying sentry.
There's literally one right there.
Deploying sentry.
Grenade launcher did stagger him for half a second. He should have, and I still haven't even gotten the mortar up, which is supposed to be the main thing. The main part of this build. Oh right, because I have to deal with the stock. Okay, and I literally dove off the edge, but
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Tries to put me. Okay, it puts me outside the combat zone. Won't steer.
Helldiver reporting to the front!
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
I'll try to put the mortar over here and hope that I can.
Throwing grenade!
Killed again from full health with heavy armor. I'm instantly being killed. And then they're just surrounding whatever turret that I
Deploying
have.
reinforcements.
And it will not let me steer my Hellpod, so I can't even choose where I'm landing in at.
Ready to liberate.
Look at that. I literally hit him with an impact grenade, and it knocked me over and did more damage to me than it did to him. It didn't even damage him at all.
Outside the mission area.
To get a direct hit with an impact grenade that did not kill him or damage him at all.
Helldiver reporting to the front!
Oh, let me just showcase these builds real quick. Oh, okay, that just randomly didn't go at all where I was
Down sentry.
to go.
Defense prosperity!
How did that bounce? Okay, and I'm being tossed around into enemies. Without, I literally couldn't move. I fired one shot from my primary and a couple shots from my other weapon, and then I couldn't move at all. Oh, it finally let me steer. Thank God.
ready to liberate.
I'm just gonna stay here. I can't do anything. He literally just attacked me while falling down, while falling below me.
Say hello to democracy!
All of these guys are the stalkers. Every single one of these guys. And I immediately die. I'm at like 3/4 of my health. One attack killed me. See, this is the problem that I have with this game. This is why I haven't been playing Helldivers recently. They made the game extremely unbalanced. Like, fucking 2 Bile Titan holes. I think probably 3. I think at that other nest there was probably another, because I thought that was the big nest. But no, it wasn't the big nest. It was another medium nest. So there were absolutely 0 small nests, only 2 mediums and a large, or 2 large and 1 massive nest, and all of them had a Bile Titan hole on them. Now I probably shouldn't be trying to solo level 10, but still, you know, there was, and it was nothing but like fucking, like an actual stalker nest was defending one of them. So the other one would have been the best case scenario. But even so, like, even with the spear, they're spawning Bile Titans faster than you can fucking kill them with the fucking spear. 1 spear shot per Bile Titan by yourself, and the time it takes me to reload is when they spawn another Bile Titan. You literally watched it, like, you can literally watch it happen again when I put this in a video. But it's literally impossible for, and I get it. I get they're trying to promote teamwork, and I appreciate the teamwork aspect. But it is literally impossible to solo dive anything because of the way they've got it designed right now. And I guess that's to, you know, to make those people who say the game's too easy satisfied, because there are still people out there saying that.
I was just thinking, warping across the Federation like this would be impossible without element 710. Which comes from the bugs themselves. Their own corpses are fueling the creation of more corpses. Something satisfying about that.
I thought she was about to say something undemocratic. I don't have to draw you, though. But anyways, I'm definitely not going to buy any super credits for the next War Bond if the game continues to perform like this.
The struggle for managed
like
democracy
after every update, I have to
continues.
verify the
We have
integrity of
no
my game
time to
files
waste.
to make sure that the game remains stable. Because otherwise, things like this happen, where I literally get one shot by everything. Everything that attacks me ignores my armor and instantly kills me, no matter what. And the enemies, you know, the game spawns in like 800 of the same enemy, the most, you know, the gloom variant of the stalkers. Because if you notice, that was almost primarily what the enemy type was in that defense mission. And usually in those defense missions, I'm surrounded by, like, you know, hunters or something, and I can barely scrape by. But in that one, even when I was up on a fucking cliff,
Liberty
I was
calls
fine
for
until the
aid
game just
across the
decided to
galaxy.
phase me through the
Only
fucking
you
terrain.
can decide where to
So it's very
answer.
obvious how intentional all this is. But I mean, my build it's a solid build. Like the against Illuminates, it struggles a little bit. I have to use the Talon to take down the shields, or the Gatling laser, or the, you know, the resupply turret, the Liberator on the resupply thing. And I can use the since it's just a single rocket turret, I can use the Wasp to help finish off armored targets if the turret isn't taking them down fast enough. And I can also use the Wasp to take out the air units that are going to be, because in Illuminate missions, those air units are absolutely fucking swarming you, and they just instantly go straight for the generators and destroy them. And you can't really stop them from doing that, especially with just a Punisher Plasma. So I would have to rely very heavily on the Talon, and that's why I decided to go with the Talon instead of the instead of the dagger, because the dagger is what I'm using for bot missions, because the dagger is, if you use the Deadeye to kind of stagger them, if you don't one-shot them with the Deadeye, you can take off their arms or whatever, and then you've got plenty of time to use the dagger to do whatever. And the dagger can take out all the minefields, and that's kind of what it's for, taking out the minefields. I originally had another marksman rifle on a different build, the build that's supposed to be for finding points of interest, but I switched that one to the Halt, because I can use the Halt to stun enemies or kill enemies. You know, I can alternate between, I can do whatever the fuck I need to with the Halt, and so yeah, I can, because you know, the idea is that if I'm at long range, I don't need to weaken them or, you know, do whatever. I don't need to do anything. If I'm at long range, I just completely avoid the enemies, unless they're static. That's the problem.
Reminder,
Static
all
enemies.
personnel must
Is
submit
kind of what I
weekly
had
urine
the
sample by
marksman rifle for, was doing
0400.
static enemies. But with static enemies, you can literally just crawl up to them and just melee them a bunch, unless they're bugs. But since I've replaced my pistol with the ultimatum, and I'm also using dynamite, you know, I can, you know, and I can call down a whole bunch of anti-armor stuff and call down the turret. I can deal with static enemies quite easily, honestly. But anyways, so I just decided to make up some changes here with that build, spontaneous on the fly. And the main reason for that was because I didn't like the support build. If I was carrying something, like normally when I'm carrying something, I'm like, okay, I'll just switch to my primary, drop it, you know, take a couple shots, and then pick it back up. And usually that's not a problem at all. But because you primarily use the arc thrower on my support build, now that I put the arc thrower in it, and you know, you've got the EMS turret and you've got the stun grenades for actually stunning them, so the pummeler gives me the ability to carry items while shooting and also allows me to stagger the enemies. And it's more accurate than the shotgun, so I can use it to kind of defend allies. And again, I could have gone for the two-handed, the concussive liberator, but I don't know, something about that one-handed convenience, being able to carry stuff while doing that, especially since almost all the high-level, even if you don't have an objective item to carry, almost all the high-level missions have those heads or those eggs, or they have something either you can put in a backpack or you can carry, so it's just useful, just very useful to have. So, yeah. And I was originally designing builds that didn't even use backpacks for the bugs, to kind of, you know, to allow me to pick up their stuff. And apparently there's supposed to be some sort of special backpack that you can get on the Illuminate missions now, or in the near future. For the bugs, I originally had the PP pistol, but I actually decided to switch that back to the shotgun, because as you just saw, if you're dealing with Stalker variants, not having a way to stagger them or slow them down in any way, because I'm doing the gas build with the bugs, so I was like, okay, you know, the gas will keep them preoccupied. But if for whatever reason a bug does make it through the gas and gets close to me, I want to have something that can deal with them. The air units, the Bushwhacker is a little bit of a pain in the butt to use against the air units, but when using the Peacemaker, the Pacemaker, the base pistol, I have discovered that it is actually horrible against the air units as well, because when you shoot the bullets, there's travel time on the bullets, and originally when I was using that weapon, it was great against the air units, but when I used it more recently, it just seemed like it wasn't hitting any of them. I would empty an entire clip and it might get one bullet into them and it wouldn't be enough to actually damage them or kill them. So, you know, a well-timed Bushwhacker shot is more than enough to deal with one of those flying fuckers. And it also deals with other enemy types. And I can use, if they're close range, I use the Bushwhacker to deal with them. And if they're not close range, I use the crossbow to deal with them. And I can use the gas at any range. And then the railgun is supposed to just be for, you know, stripping down armor or dealing with Bile Titans. But I can also just use it for dealing with Brute Commanders. I can just do one quick headshot on the Brute Commander and that deals with them. So, you know, otherwise I have to use a mix between gas and exploding crossbow to kind of, you know, I either take 2 exploding crossbow bolt shots, or I take 1 shot and a Bushwhacker shot, or I take 1 shot and then finish them off, let them die to the gas. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can use for my specifically dedicated bug build. But yeah, and I would like to showcase that here in Crimson. Now that I've spectacularly failed two missions in a row.
The operation is failed. Let us not ruminate, but instead redouble our efforts.
Redouble our efforts. It doesn't matter. But anyways. See, this right here would require the defense build. So I'm going to try the defense build.
Mission coordinates locked.
So that way I don't have to...
Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
I couldn't even get some. That was really fucking annoying. I didn't even have
Orbit
time to get
synchronized.
some. I'm just gonna sit ready without... Yeah. Where's the fucking lost spot? What the fuck? Alright. So yeah, I may even have to put the EMS mortar back on this build. Just, you know what I mean? Because this is fucking ridiculous. I got completely overwhelmed. The EMS mortar would actually be really useful in these kinds of missions. And then I guess we would put the regular EMS on support. The Redeemer, though, I might have to put the Redeemer in semi-automatic because that motherfucker... It's like the heavy machine gun when you're using it. The recoil is just way up here, so you have to aim below the enemy. But that's apparently, even if you try to burst fire it manually, it's apparently still has that much recoil, which is wild. So, yeah. They've made some changes to the game recently that I am, as of right now, not particularly happy about. But anyways. Shit. That's what I wasn't doing. I had all those Bile Titans. I didn't throw a single 120 or the... See, that's... I need to actually fucking... I need to fucking lock in here. For the defense mission, I definitely think that that was just a load of bullshit. But the
Hellpod launch initiated.
other mission might have actually been my fault because I didn't try it on already get in to soften up the nest before trying to go in. I just couldn't even get close. But yeah, if I'd thrown a nuke, if I'd found the stalker and hunted down the stalker nest and thrown in 500 kg, I'd deal with that. That's what I was trying to do, was use my primary to take out the hook. But yeah.
Go now, and should you fall, remember this. Every day is a good day to die for democracy.
Come on.
Deploying sentry. Deploying sentry. Sending down support weapon. Sending down equipment package.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this gate, hop on that gun there. Why am I getting so much time to set up here and now? This is annoying me. Why am I getting so much time to just freely set up? Whereas before, I didn't even have half a second to set up. Guns out already?
How about a nice cup of liberty?
This one. Oh shit.
Freedom forever!
Dive, but it literally, I was sitting here spamming the dive button and my character wasn't moving.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the
And
way.
it's putting me outside the fucking map! See, this is the problem that I'm having. The game refuses to let me fucking do anything. It literally tried to put me outside of the fucking map.
Fire in the hole!
No shit. Failed. Because you literally fucking had them, I held them at the front gate, and then you immediately had them fucking burst through everything else.
Pelican 1 returning to extraction point. Please ensure you're inside the extraction radius. Pelican 1 maintaining altitude until Helldivers are within the extraction zone.
Good, yes, please maintain your
Deploying sentry.
You will never destroy our way of life! Have a taste of democracy! Have peace!
For peace and liberty and democracy. How are they calling in normal bug breaches?
How'd you like to chase?
They're calling in normal fucking bug breaches. They're literally calling in normal fucking bug
Have a
breaches.
taste of democracy!
Pulling equipment back.
Yes, no! Yes, no!
The one little bug down there literally called in a normal fucking bug breach. take 4 fucking shots to destroy... Stop trying to call in fresh bug breaches! You shouldn't be able to call in bug... What the fuck?! No, fuck you. That thing is still down over there shooting, and they're still calling in bug breaches. Like, watch. If I back up and hide, I guarantee they're gonna keep calling in bug breaches. Probably just gonna teleport here to the map. Because from what I understand, the Pelican was eventually going to run away. So they, in the defense mission, they potentially pulled clear the map after the defense killed the number of bugs you're supposed to kill. I'm not sure if that's possible in this one. See if Gatling turret can help. It'll probably just cause them to call in another fucking bug.
Extraction is
Yeah, there's still more bug breaches occurring out there too. Yeah, nothing is helping.
Get
Where's the supplies that I called in? I don't know where the supplies are down here, but
Get some! Get
I
some!
might be able to get down there.
sending down an equipment package. Helldiver lost. Sending replacement.
Okay, what the fuck? I stemmed before jumping, which means I should have
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Ready to liberate.
Deploying sentry.
You will never destroy our way of life!
For liberty! Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Just an infinite number of enemies.
Get some!
And I get that's kind of the whole point of the game. That you have to deal with individuals. What the fuck? Why was I not able to move for a second? This game
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
I really want to support Helldivers, but this is the second time I've played this game in the last week. And every time
Return,
it's
refit,
extremely
and redeploy
buggy
to
and
purge the
problematic.
state of this failure with a peroxide of victory.
Yeah. The only things that can shoot over those gates are mortars. Maybe I should just get the regular mortar and the EMS mortar. Because that honestly would deal with all the enemies. Except for the armored ones. Like I said, the only thing that I would have to deal with, and then I can use my Punisher Plasma the same way, I can just launch it over. The only things that I would ever really have to deal with would be the the air units and the, which honestly, even though they wouldn't be the most adept at dealing with air units, the anti-armor cannon can deal with. So, you know, might be an option. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna need the EMS turret, just simply because EMS turret is just something that I'm gonna need. I've got the Talon for also dealing with air units. As for the Wasp, though, I like the idea of having and using the Wasp. Because it was really the Bile Titan that was just instantly wiping out the gates. So Mortar Sentry can handle most of the little guys if you can keep them from getting close enough, which Punisher Plasma is pretty good against bots, but it was not doing the job. It just doesn't do anything to bugs at all whatsoever. It does 0 damage to bugs. And it only staggers them, which is a very short-term solution. I really like the Punisher Plasma, and I would love to use it, but I don't know about that.
Floor looks clean.
Or just go for all turrets. And if we use the boss. Well, yeah, if the auto turrets can set up, no, that was in Rainbow Six Extraction where the auto turret was setting off alarms. And this one doesn't necessarily set off alarms, but also with all my cooldowns and stuff. 100 seconds. Whoa, wait, what? Hold up. I haven't used this yet. Oh yeah, I heard people talking about this, but I completely forgot that it existed. I like how the dude's just randomly shooting at nothing instead of actually shooting at the enemy that's approaching. Wonderful showcase. It's nice, but it's also highly unrealistic because they're not just going to be walking towards you shooting at you. They're going to be firing 800 fucking missiles at you, and they're going to destroy that emplacement immediately. But yeah, good luck with that. think that emplacement would be great on defense missions. Because it creates a wall that the enemies would have to either break their way through. So it creates another wall that you can summon pretty much anywhere. So that's really useful. Yeah, a nice grenade launcher wall though, which is pretty neat. It's pretty dang neat. Interesting. And it's certainly more killing power to deal with all those hundreds of thousands of enemies that I was just not dealing with. Works against the bots because it provides cover. Hopefully protects against explosives. And it should work against the bugs and the illuminates because it can deal with swarms with essentially a new grenade launcher, one that works better than the SG-8 Punisher Plasma. So for this, I feel like switching back over to the good old arc cannon, or the blitzer, might be the best option, since you can use the blitzer to keep the enemies off of the turrets. And the Talon is good for precision fire. Plus the blitzer can deal with those air units, can stun them, and then you just pull out the Talon and. But it really only works against like one enemy at a time, though, which is the concerning part. But it also means you never have to stop and reload or worry about supplies. The supplies just act as a turret. I mean, you can use it for grenades or if you need to reload the Talon, but essentially, no matter where you get spawned in at, you can, you know. But would that actually be effective? Because I feel like EMS is kind of what we need for that. But I don't know, just more firepower. That's kind of the way that I was wanting to do this build. Just a ton of fucking firepower, you know? Yeah, with a mortar sentry turret and a grenade launcher, a built-in grenade launcher, plus, you know, an arc blitzer in case the enemies get too close, and the Talon for dealing with enemies afar. Got quite a bit of firepower here, plus impact grenades, and, you know, if for whatever reason I get hit by one of my own explosions, by one of my turrets, or the mortar, or something, then I'll be in better shape than I would otherwise because I've got the fortified passive. Yeah, so in other words, with my current build, I've completely abandoned all the jetpacks. So I feel like if you're hunting for points of interest, jetpack would be really useful. But if you're using smoke, the stalwart would be really useful. So the wasp would be really useful. So I guess it just depends on if I'm wanting to be more stealth oriented or more combat oriented for this build. But for everything else. Because the damn armored enemies, like on difficulty 10, there's just too many heavily armored enemies, and so you really need a way to deal with that. Again, with the Blitz build, I fucked that up. That was my fault. I did not try to throw any... I forgot completely about both of my red stratagems, did not try to throw either of them in. Of course, not that I would have had time. I was instantly killed. Every time I spawned in, I was instantly killed half a second later. Even if I stemmed, I would just instantly die from full health. So there really wasn't any way of getting around that. But and obviously I just need to play with more people. I do kind of want, because my stealth build was also, you know, involved heavy firepower, but I do want to change that from having heavy or, you know, even medium or light firepower to being more stealthy. And the Wasp is perfect because you don't even have to fire it. You just use it to lock onto medium and heavy targets, and then you ping them, you mark them, and then you can see what they are, so at least you know what you'd be going up against. But then that takes longer, and without the jetpack, it's just slower. So sure, you can use the smoke stratagems to kind of, you know, pad everything out, make sure that the enemies aren't supposed to spot you, but of course they still will. They absolutely still will. They will spot you from 20 miles away. They'll see you through the terrain. They'll set off alarms when you're not even anywhere near them. They'll glitch the fuck out because that's what they do in this game. And it is very sad, but that's what they tend to do. But yeah, I'm going to do another defense mission because I want to try out that wall. And I think that is the best build to use it on because it just kind of fits, you know? Fits perfectly. Right there. Defense mission. Walls. And if enemies get around me, I don't have to try to shoot the plasma thing at the ground and stagger them and not actually deal any damage to them. For some reason, it only deals damage to bots. It doesn't deal any damage to bugs for some reason. I have no fucking clue why. But, yeah. So, of course, we're going to skip Crimsica because I like Crimsica. Crimsica's fun. Yeah, same exact mission type. So this time I think I'm going to put my
coordinates locked.
Where the bugs are going to be spawning as well.
Hellpods prime.
Really shoot them
Engaging
much.
orbital thrusters.
And I need to close like all the doors behind me. If I need to retreat, better that the doors are closed because then the bugs can't
Orbit
spawn
synchronized.
or sprint straight through. So that was, you know, I didn't prepare properly. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on me as well. Even though there were definitely certain aspects of that I had absolutely no control over. But there were some aspects of it that I do have control over. And yes, my current apparel is absolutely fucking hot garbage. Thank you for noticing, everyone who's probably complaining about that in the future. I get it. It doesn't look good. I wasn't supposed to really be on this build for that long. But anyways, let's try Right, with the blitzer. Because I'm going to be up front, you know, shooting enemies with the blitzer, trying to keep them from getting close to the turrets, and the turrets are going to be in the back, shooting me, probably, and not the actual enemies. But yeah, let's just get a whole bunch, because this might be really weak against the Illuminates, because the blitzer's not going to do anything. The only thing I would have to deal with the enemy shields is pretty much the Talon. And so that's the issue that I have, is I am going to be significantly weaker against Illuminates with this build. I wonder if throwing knives aren't considered explosive, right? Maybe throwing knives would be better than impact grenades. But yeah, where's that wall? Here we go. Grenadier battle. I wish that it was like an LMG or something and not a grenadier. That would probably be better. But and then I guess for my equipment, I just pick up whatever's on the battlefield, or someone else spawns something in for me if I'm playing with teammates.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Even though the Wasp is great for using fucking limited air units, and apparently I'm going to be dying so frequently that generators are back here. That's the start the get ready go button. Alright, so I'm not even gonna spawn anything and I'm just gonna. Where are the fucking doors? Where are the fucking gates? Why are there no gates? There's supposed to be gates all over the fucking place. There are no gates. There's not a single fucking gate on this entire fucking map. Okay, here we go. There's one gate out this way.
Sending down sentry.
Okay, there's 3 gates and that's it.
Deploying sentry.
Close this gate. I'll try to attack them from like up here, I guess. Yeah, how do you decide what direction the battlement is going to be facing? Throw the battlement down here. For now, I'll just stand up here and here we go. Cordless rifle. Go back. Didn't close the gate. There we go. Now they're shooting at the gate. How is this gate destroyed? How the fuck is this gate destroyed already? Why can't I? I'm sitting here hitting the throw grenade button and my character refused to throw a grenade. See, the fucking game isn't even fucking responding to anything that I'm doing. I'm sitting here hitting all the buttons on the controls and it's just not responding.
Democracy has lived! Throwing grenade! Get some! Get some! Say hello to democracy!
Sending down sentry.
How'd you like to taste of freedom?
Deploying
Get
equipment
some!
package.
Get some! That's called democracy!
Deploying fortification.
Say hello to democracy!
Pelican 1 returning to extraction point. Please ensure you're inside the extraction radius. Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Holy crap, this thing's great. This thing's so powerful.
Kill 'em all!
Deploying sentry. Deploying sentry.
trying. I'll shoot from up here. Oh, this looks perfect.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Yeah, so this is working out much better. I'm actually able to take on like most of these.
I do like to take freedom. The taste of democracy!
Helldiver lost. Sending replacement.
I was trying to back into the fucking thing, but I couldn't fucking find it, so I couldn't turn around. I was confused.
Ready to liber. How about a nice cup of liberty?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning descent.
Return,
Anyways, yeah, that grenade
and
launcher.
redeploy to purge the state of this failure
We're holding the
with a
spot.
peroxide of
In defense
victory.
missions, that's what you're supposed to be doing, but I always end up having to fucking run around the outskirts and just shoot at little enemies for all of eternity because I can never actually fucking hold my ground, but that was actually working pretty well, and that's by myself, too. Imagine having a full team. Full fucking team. They'd probably just destroy all my turrets and kill me with barrages and, yeah. And then die a lot and run all of our reinforcements down. They do that sometimes. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. But yeah. Yeah, and that was without even using the EMS turret. I can see that wall as on the support build instead of on the... Because again, the whole design is to use something different on every build to not have any of it repeating. And none of this actually affects the my stealth build. The question is, do I want the stealth build to be more stealthy, or do I want it to be more anti-tanky? Because the other build, it was just commando, eats, fucking everything in a jetpack, you know, everything anti-tank. With the current iteration of it, it's just a wasp and a bunch of smoke. So, instead of a jetpack, and so it's a bunch of mobility and anti-tank. Now it's stealth and recon. So, and you already have recon with the scouts, you can see where the enemies are, but you can't see what the enemies are. But then you can scout them out with your little special little device, your little wasp, and you've got the ultimatums and dynamite and a halt, so you can potentially stun them and then throw down some smoke, stun them, and then escape their sight, essentially. And with the ultimatum, you can potentially, and even though I've noticed that the explosion from the ultimatum does 0 damage, this direct hit is the only thing that supposedly does damage. The last time I used the ultimatum, I was very disappointed because I was shooting things directly in the face with it, and it was dealing 0 damage even when directly hitting them. So I was very disappointed with the ultimatum last time I used it. And so I just had no intentions of ever using it again. But yeah. And I had paired the ultimatum with the jetpack so that I could, the jump pack, so I could, you know, kind of get away and then, you know, just turn around and ultimatum the ground behind me or something. But for right now it's all recon. It's all smoke and recon. And smoke oftentimes does absolutely fucking nothing. You can throw down 5 smoke screens and run through it all, and then hide behind a rock, and the enemies still know exactly where you are because, you know, the AI is kind of fucked. They just always know where you are. Even without even spotting you, sometimes they'll just know where you are. Like their patrols are actually designed specifically to walk towards where you're at. Like they will intentionally, it'll take your position, it'll spawn a patrol a distance away from you, and they'll walk past the area that you're at. They're specifically designed to do that, which is why mobility is the best form of stealth. You just outrun your enemies, and then you get out of sight, and then anything that had spawned would despawn, and then you're good to go. You're done. Like, bam, stealth completed. Which is why that was my original map mobility build. Smoke is not going to be useful at all, because if you're using the stealth armor, you're already going to be out of sight. They're not going to see you. You're not going to need stealth to break line of sight or to move in closer, because if you throw down the smoke, it's going to draw all the enemies to the smoke. They're all going to run straight to the smoke to figure out why is there smoke here. And I guess you can use that to hit them with an ultimatum, dynamite, or the Wasp's little artillery form. Or you can throw down an auto turret in some smoke to, draw the enemy's attention over in that direction and as long as they don't set off an alarm just from that auto turret, or they don't happen to see you while they're running towards the auto turret, then that'll be fine. So it's a different kind of stealth tactic. The question is, which one would be more effective? This one has like almost no anti-tank, so on difficulty 10, this one is probably going to suck absolute fucking dick. This is going to be the worst fucking strategy I've ever used, because they can't really be stunned, and so the Hulk's not going to do any good against them. And of course, smoke isn't going to make it to where they can't see you, because they're just going to automatically know where you are and beeline towards you at all times, no matter what. Without the mobility, without that jetpack, you're not going to be able to get far enough away from them to ensure that all that goes correctly the way that you want it to, the way that you expect it to, I should say. So yeah. Yeah, with the original defense type build mission, I was planning on just standing in one spot by the supplies and just shooting wasp shots, just constantly shooting wasp shots, either shooting artillery to try to soften up the groups of enemies, which the mortar cannon already does that, so that wouldn't really do any good, or just firing it at tanks to help the missile turret, which is supposed to be specifically focusing tanks. But the build that I just did so far has been far more effective, as you can clearly see. Because the tests that I had done in the past of that were with other people, and it was semi-successful. And clearly, it can't hold its own. But with that grenade turret wall, though, that by itself pretty much holds its own against everything except for tanks. And so if I go for all anti-tank turrets to do with the tanks, with the armor targets, the heavy armor targets, the Bile Titans and the Factory Striders. Because we're going to need everything we can to deal with the Factory Striders. So I may not even need the mortar turret, honestly. The mortar turret's great for clearing out all the small stuff, as long as you can clear it out before it actually reaches the turrets. The mortar turret might actually be the bad idea. Maybe instead of the mortar turret, I can get the Wasp, and then I can use the mortar turret on someone else. The grenade launcher wall is essentially just like a better version of the mortar turret, essentially. One that I won't kill myself with. the Wasp would be, again, be more anti-tank, something that you can directly use against tanks. And that's the thing, is the heavily armored targets seem to be, like I said, the one Bile Titan took the enemies through the whole the whole base, and then I was defending at the fucking engines. Mortar turret just wasn't really doing that much. Yeah, just straight up all anti-tank, and then that one grenade launcher wall, and that can keep the enemies at the choke point. Problem, of course, is that if I die, I lose the Wasp, and that's just a pain in the ass to deal with. But the mortar support is always nice, though. Always nice. Always. So it's not only about having the right build, it's also about using the build correctly. Because every so often I'll end up in a situation where it's somewhat difficult to use the build that I'm trying to use. And that's never fun. I didn't show the stats in the last mission, I don't think.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver.
Yeah, I've been on
I
board
look
for
forward
quite
to
some
serving you.
time. I'm not sure why you're only just now greeting me. Go fuck yourself. Yep, and so I'm doing that, you know, that one thing that I do that's really boring, where I just sit here and stare at a computer screen and don't say anything or do anything, and I'm just like, interesting, very interesting. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, or why I'm saying or thinking the things that I am. I'm just going to sit here and go, a lot. Because fuck you, that's why. Another great stagger machine, though. That plasma SG-8P Punisher plasma. You should just put that on the fucking support build. Just fuck it. Fuck it. Arc thrower, plasma Punisher. I'm just gonna do everything. Mortar, EMS mortar, just everything fucking long range support, and then a stun grenade. If they're too close to my allies, throw a stun grenade! It's faster than reloading. It's really not, though. Because a stun grenade has a delay on it. Like an impact stun would be absolutely perfect. That would be the best thing ever. All of the things that can stun enemies and prevent them from instantaneously killing you have a delay. EMS mortar. The arc cannon needs to be charged up, but its arc thrower and is probably the closest thing. There's the blitzer is probably the fastest thing that can prevent an enemy from killing you, but it only barely works against like 2 enemies. It usually only targets 1 enemy at a time. So you can easily get overwhelmed or swarmed if you don't have some sort of lethal damage working on the enemies. Yeah, it's just... but yeah, with the... I wonder if Gunslinger would actually help with the stim pistol. That is something that I'm curious about now all of a sudden. After considering what that passive does, I wonder if that would actually help with the stim pistol. It's a very serious consideration, you know? Would that help? Would it or would it not? I feel like it would help a lot with the Senator, though. I feel like it would help a lot with the Senator. Because where the Senator's rounds reload, you know, if you need to reload it, it can be very useful. Yeah, right now I've turned my support build from a protect your allies and keep them from dying build into just... This is just an artillery build now. Launch an attack on the enemies before they launch an attack on you. Stun them, kill them, myrtleize them, all from a distance. lob plasma bolts at them. Shoot them with a lightning gun from really far away, even though that doesn't realistically work. But, you know, it's just all these ways that we can eliminate enemies before they even get close to you. Everything except for heavy enemies. I don't have any anti-tank on that build anymore. I mean, the Blitz, the Arc Thrower, can deal damage to most tanks, so it can help. The medium build, or the other build, that dude has some heavy armor pen, but again, nothing anti-tank. No, nothing anti-tank on any of the other builds. There's one anti-tank build, and it doesn't even have full anti-tank. It has fucking also heavy armor pen and turret. Okay, here we go. The worst and weirdest trade-offs of all time, but it works. Yeah, recoilless rifle, anti-tank emplacement, thermites, and if for whatever reason an enemy doesn't die, you've got your 110mm pods, so you hit them with a recoilless and they don't die, hit them with 110mm pods, and you've got your orbital precision strike, which is just there pretty much for a comedic effect because it doesn't actually fucking do anything most of the time. It's got a really low cooldown, which is nice. It's got like a really low cooldown, which is great for you know, taking out chargers that are just standing there staring off into the abyss. It is great for taking out, you know, things that aren't moving, immobile stuff, like factories. It can be used against factory striders. If you can get it like on a charger, then it can be really useful at taking out a charger or a Bile Titan or something. Yeah, maybe hover pack. Hover pack would be good with the orbital precision strike, because you can throw it directly on top of enemies. Actually, same with the expendable anti-tank. You can throw it directly on top of enemies. So maybe hover pack instead of jump pack.
Reminder, signs of disloyalty should be reported to the Democracy Officer.
very wonderful and exciting stream, isn't it? We're playing Helldivers right now. I need to actually get back to playing the game instead of sitting here doing nothing. But maybe instead of mechs, I can just include EMS in every. I mean, you know, don't you know, man? I love how in the example they use for the smoke strike, the enemies are already missing all their shots. And then it throws down the smoke and they just continue to miss all their shots. And then it doesn't even show the Helldiver moving and them continuing to shoot in the same spot. It doesn't show any of that. Okay, there we go. Now it's showing them moving. And they're still shooting over in the same spot. But it's just like, such a bad example. Such a bad example, in my opinion. Well, actually... Okay. Real exciting, I know. Sorry. This is very important stuff that needs to be done and handled correctly, you know. Yes, it needs to be handled very correctly. We have to ensure that none of these idiots, these morons, can take this into their own hands and do some dastardly things. Yes. So yeah. Yeah, glad you got to watch the orbital smoke strike example over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for 10 years.
Justice. Our way of life.
I didn't expect to be changing all these builds so profusely during
You're here.
this time period.
The galaxy
I was gonna
awaits your
test them,
salvation.
confirm that they worked and then be done with it. But... And of course, you know, no build's going to work 100% of the time. There are going to be situations where the build just doesn't
One
work.
last step.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpod Prime.
Look over real quick.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
So tempted to just use
Orbit synchronized.
order. Because I can always use the jetpack to get out. And I could do... yeah, I could do EMS. Holy shit, yeah, that's just chaos. Chaos control! the mortar though. If I'm using the hover pack instead of the jump pack, and when I'm using the mortar turret, would would that work?
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat. Helldivers to Hellpods.
Could be interesting. But yeah, I think okay, one final change real quick. I think this would work better. Horrible how funny this it's funny how horrible this is, but I mean, it would probably work out pretty well. Actually, yeah, that would work out really fucking well. All I gotta do now is test it. And it also gives me an extra turret to just, you know. Ooh, but what if, oh shit, okay, hold up. Because they never...
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat. Helldivers to Hellpods.
There is one downside to this, though, and that's that I wouldn't really have anything to deal with the flying. Well, I mean, I have things to deal with the flying units, though. That's the thing. I've actually got several things to deal with flying units, so I'd still be perfectly fine. Okay. Because, yeah, that would be a much slower cooldown, wouldn't it? This is a defense mission. I need to make sure to use my There we go. Get the gunslinger passing. I need to make a bunch of random changes. Changes that probably don't make no sense to you. And we'll say they don't make no sense to me either. Just to make everyone happy. It's not the cape that I equipped. That was weird. Alright, anyways. Okay, so anyways, this stuff. Let me check something quick. 7, this is 154. This 128. Wow, why do the mortars have such a high fucking cooldown? Half the time they die instantly anyways, they don't actually fucking do anything. See, look, they're even higher than the anti-tank turrets. The cooldown is so high. 154 seconds for some reason. This one's only 100. Well, I mean, this is with my upgrade, so their actual numbers are different. But still, like, these have the highest calling time of anything. They're even higher than the mines. They have a higher call-in time than the fucking mines. Why is that? Why are the mortars so bad at doing anything? I'm now officially just astonished. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to look into that real quick. And yeah, I now have that answer. I've now discovered that I really don't like mortars at all anymore. They are absolute utter fucking garbage. Holy shit, they are utter fucking garbage. Okay, well, anyways. Alright, new defense. Let's try this. Probably not going to work as well as it did last time. Of course, I'm fucking changing it. But you never know, it might work better than last time. Of course, you want something to shoot bullets. Because I've got one thing that shoots bullets, and it's not the best, so...
Hellpod launch initiated.
Very quickly, just immediately draw out my secondary and just pop, 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 and hoping that it won't hardly have any recoil. Let's do it. Switch to secondary.
This is a solemn
There's almost no recoil. Oh, and it reloads instantly. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Alright,
Deploying sentry.
Sentry turrets down. Oh, one of my turrets got destroyed instantaneously.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Alright, so we're already out of both part turrets. Never even got to put anything up in terms of this.
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
The grenade turret didn't do anything. It just none of them exploded or anything. It just fucking they all bounced.
Ready to
Every
liberate!
single one of them bounced at point blank. Oh, hey, hello. Are you alive? You don't look alive. You definitely don't look alive.
Sending down equipment package.
Mag's empty!
Magnum. He's definitely dead. I have no idea what killed him though. I don't think it was me. Nope, just bounced off.
Sending down support weapon.
Killed a fifth of the bugs I'm supposed to kill by.
Reinforcements have been
But if you
launched.
notice, I can't summon anything. I got 2 turrets out, and then the fucking one of the turrets just immediately exploded for no fucking reason. See, look, and I just instantaneously died. To one enemy. A single enemy just kept attacking me over and over and over again.
Reinforcements have been launched.
Joining the fray.
Sending down sentry.
summoned both turrets in, but apparently all that is a distraction. The turrets are all gonna fucking die instantaneously. I'm not gonna actually get a chance to do anything with that. There's literally a Bile Titan right there that I can't do anything about.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area. Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Killed a third of the bugs that I'm supposed to kill, and there's one of my last reinforcements.
Have been launched.
I'm just landing directly in here because I guess that works.
Democracy has landed.
This guy tries to turn around. You see that though? I can't control where I'm landing. I land directly in the middle of where the enemies are spawning at, and I have to run through 5 miles of enemies. Maybe this is the one that I should put my fucking having the turrets on my thing. I'm gonna put Hellpod's pace optimization for this defense mission, because I just die constantly. Having an auto turret on this one would actually be kind of nice, so. Not the best, but also not the worst. So yeah. That'd be fucking incredible. So yeah. Clearly that didn't work nearly as well. And it's just because you literally can't get set up. If I could get 5 more seconds to fucking call down everything down and get set up, then it would be fine. But I literally can't even. The mission starts before I've even fucking gotten planet
The operation has failed.
Before my Hellpod has even hit the fucking ground, the mission has already started and enemies have already started spawning in.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
Not even joking. I'm not joking in the slightest. Like right here, I guarantee you enemies are spawning in right now before I've even fucking selected my fucking equipment. It seems to be the way it is, and I do like Gunslinger with Verdict. It works really well. I just can't do anything with it, you know, here in this on this exact position, or this map, or literally anything. Didn't get to use my Wasp once, not a single fucking time. I'm gonna do Hellpod optimization so I can actually get a couple more stims. Not that it matters, they usually insta-kill me before I can even pop a stim, because I get tossed across the map by something. I hit the little gas artillery. And then usually I get thrown into a group of bugs who immediately just one-tap me, or they quickly 2 or 3 tap me in a very rapid succession before I can even stand up, before my character can register that they you know, are able to act again. And if they are able to act again, they either get staggered or something.
Let our enemies choke upon their territorial ambitions.
Deploying fortification. Sending down sentry.
Look at that. The turret completely ignored the enemy. The enemy just walked up and fucking killed the turret. And I can't even shoot him because there's a fucking rock in the way.
Throwing grenade! How about a nice cup of liberty? Fire in the hole!
I'm just just stop firing.
Sending down equipment package.
That's called democracy!
See, now there's no anti-tank turrets to deal with that battle fight. So as soon as he makes his way over here,
Deploying support weapon.
battle fight for me, not I only got the backpack. I literally hit E and grabbed the fucking thing. But I only got the backpack. Just using the blitzer and managing my stamina. That's it. Literally all I'm doing. Not having enemies, 500 enemies spawn directly on top of me. That's it. See, that's what I'm saying though. This is how you survive. This is how you do these defense missions.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
How you beat those missions. Look, I've already killed a fifth of the enemies with only one fucking life.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Shoot the Battle Titan.
Joining the fray!
I guess that's good enough.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Look, he literally just got hit by a fucking frag grenade, and he's getting constantly hit by an arc blitzer.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
No!
What the hell? Yeah, I can't control where I land, so I'm forced to fucking land on top of like 500 fucking enemies. But at least I have fucking frag grenades for days. This is a wall. I don't even need
Deploying fortification.
shit.
Deploying sentry. Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
That's empty!
Mission at 10 minutes
Pretty sure
remaining.
both of my turrets have already. No, actually, one of them's still alive. But look, there's fucking there's fucking 8 battle titans on the fucking battlefield right now. No, sorry, 3. But still, there's fucking 3 battle titans. Why are there 3 fucking battle titans on the battlefield right now? That doesn't make any sense.
Deploying equipment package.
That's empty!
literally hit the stim. The dude walked around the corner and then immediately vomited on me. It didn't even, like, it made the sound cue, but he didn't do the animation or anything. He just immediately fucking vomited on me. How am I out? I'm in the fucking combat zone. I'm literally standing inside of the combat zone.
They abandoned our
I didn't abandon anything!
execution was our only cue.
What the fuck? I'm literally standing inside the fucking combat zone! I am in the zone right fucking now! I'm still in the zone! I'm in the exact same fucking spot! Except now they're not fucking executing me.
How'd you like to taste of freedom? Say hello to democracy!
It's not spawning in my fucking turret.
Deploying sentry.
One life for Super Earth! Injury.
Their death will not be in vain, so long as we still have heroes to send to foot.
Didn't get to use the grenade. See, that's the thing. I haven't been able to use the fucking grenade wall a single fucking time. I got on it immediately. I spawned it in immediately, got on it, and the enemy was already directly in front of me, and so the grenades were just bouncing off of their fucking face. And not a single grenade, I didn't actually get to detonate a single fucking grenade on an enemy a single fucking time during that entire match. Because you don't get any time to prepare. On the other one, you get a decent amount of time to prepare. But you get 0 time to prepare on the eradicate missions. Absolutely 0 fucking time. You get no time to prepare at all whatsoever.
Helldiver, the Super Destroyer is ready for your next mission.
And it's fucking stupid. Apparently that's the only thing I'm going to be showcasing today. I'm not going to be doing any of the other fucking challenges that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not going to be doing anything that I planned to do or that I said that I was going to do. Because of course you're going to continue fucking with me all day.
Hellpods prime.
And apparently I'm not going to be fucking getting better either. Because I'm so fucking pissed off. And I'm sitting here screaming the whole fucking time. Instead of fucking rehydrating and feeling fucking better. Fuck you. Fuck you, you worthless piece of shit. Fuck you. Won't even fucking let me sleep. Go fuck yourself. You are fucking worthless. You have 0 value. You do nothing but torture and torment people. You've done absolutely fucking nothing to you. Go to hell. Worthless piece of shit. Fuck you. But you know what? I don't give a shit.
Launch initiated.
Fucking map every time too. Actually, I think
All
for
the
the first time, as
galaxy
soon as I
looks to
say
you
that,
for
you spawn in
salvation.
a new map.
Let nothing stand in the
You mean
way
new
of
map
liberty.
as I'm saying.
Deploying sentry.
I'm gonna get a chance to do anything else. actually fucking working. Somehow this is working. No strategy, no nothing at all whatsoever. I'm just in a mech. And the bugs, for some reason, can't kill my... That's the thing. There we go, Biotype. They just hadn't spawned in Biotype. Because they spawned in Biotype, and that's funny.
Mag's empty!
They abandoned our mission and our cause.
Okay, it's telling me that I abandoned the mission, but I'm literally standing inside the fucking zone. I never fucking, like, I was literally inside the zone the entire time. They must have, I don't know what the fuck they did with the map parameters or why they're fucking smaller than they were before.
Reporting
You're
to the
fucking
front.
pathetic. Look at this, I can't, it doesn't matter how many fucking times I shoot these guys, I can't fucking focus. And then I'm being jumped on by 6 bugs all at the same exact time. I'm literally fucking diving and fucking... And look at this, no problems with the map parameters now.
Throwing grenade!
See, like, it's literally not possible to fucking deal with these enemies.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Landed directly on them and it did 0 damage.
Point me to the enemies!
And why am I not...
Throwing grenade!
Helldiver KIA. Deploying replacement.
Helldiver KIA. Well, show me exactly where that was that I just died. I'm gonna try to land on both. Okay, never mind. I literally can't land on the spore charger. And instead, it spawned me over here where there are 5,000 smaller enemies.
How'd you like to taste food?
I'm wearing fucking heavy armor and these guys are doing all my health and damage with like 2 strikes.
Grenade!
I can't even stop to fucking call down some turrets, and all the turrets do is they just act as a fucking temporary distraction.
Sending down sentry.
Get some! Get some! Fire in the hole!
See, look, it wasn't even a temporary distraction. Both turrets died in like less than 3 seconds. And now I've got these enemies jumping on me like one at a time, fucking furiously. And now they're literally spawning in the direction that I was already fucking running. And they're not even jumping at me, they're jumping past me. And again, that turret is probably already dead. It probably died, and then it tries to spawn me directly in the middle of all the fucking enemies. Instead of... And I didn't even touch that building and it exploded. So the one time I could have actually used a what the fuck?
Reinforcement budget.
And that's how. See what I mean? Like that was funny, but still, like that's how the game treats me. It just tosses me around. It doesn't actually let me do it. I literally cannot do anything
Joining the
with
fray!
these bugs. I'm supposed to be eradicating these bugs. I can't even so much as get a moment to breathe.
Sending down equipment pack. Helldiver, you are
See, it
moving
keeps fucking
outside
telling
the
me that I'm
mission
outside
area.
the combat zone. I'm literally standing directly in the combat zone. Look how many times they're fucking attacking.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Our heroes will be remembered, and their failure will be redressed.
Yeah, like a defensive grenade launcher wall would be fucking fantastic for that if if it was actually possible to fucking do anything. I can't even call in one single stratagem before the enemy starts swarming me. So in order for me to call in 2 turrets and a wall, or in order for me to call in anything and for them to actually come down, it's just not possible. It is literally not possible. That at the beginning, for some reason in the very beginning, there was, I guess it was the, I'm assuming it was the Gatling turret. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put the fucking Gatling turret back on here. So the autocannon turret. See if I can do anything with that. So I'm gonna need something like that directly in front of my grenade launcher wall. Because otherwise I'm just not gonna be able to do anything. You know? And against tanky targets, well, I've got the we've got the rocket turret, and then I'll have my thing, so maybe that'll help. I don't fucking know. This should definitely go here. And honestly, this would work really well here. This is why I use gas build for my bug build, because that's the only thing that can keep them off of me for even a couple of seconds. It's so fucking disgusting trying to deal with any of that bullshit. Yeah, that Gatling turret is like the only thing that even has a chance of surviving more than 0.5 seconds. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous trying to do anything. Now, I know that this is mostly just gloom bug issues, not regular bugs, because, you know, the gloom bugs are just insanely more
Coordinates
powerful
locked.
and faster and stronger,
Hellpod
faster,
Prime.
wiser, whatever.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
Still, it's a very serious issue. Now again, I'm doing all this by myself. That just seems to me like a very
Synchronized.
fucking serious issue. Emancipator for sure. Fuck the Wasp. I'm not going to use the Wasp for now. I'm going to continue using the Emancipator. Rocket Sentry, Gatling Sentry, Grenade Battle. Grenade Launcher Battle. Let me see how this works. And of course I want to have plenty of stims and plenty of grenades because I'm probably gonna need every single fucking one. So I'm probably gonna die 20 times per second. I mean, once every 20 seconds. And that one was pretty good though. I got over 60% on that one. And that was just me throwing together a bunch of random bullshit. I didn't even use one of it. I just threw some stratagems over on the defense relay.
Let them come. Let them brawl. Let them face the insurmountable might of the Helldivers.
Deploying fortification. Sending down sentry. Sending down sentry.
Where's the Gatling turret just gonna keep shooting at
Have a taste of democracy.
nothing to charge for though. Yeah, that was just all chargers. Now I'm back on the run again. Exactly what I was doing previously. All the turrets are already I literally kept clicking Q and was just, I should have tried.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Democracy has
Helldivers, you are moving outside the mission area.
I'm gonna run out of health long before I run out of ammo on this thing. My arm just ran out. I don't even know how that fucking happened.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area. Helldiver, you are moving outside the
I
mission
get
area.
stuck so far outside the combat zone that I can possibly get back in anytime.
Helldivers never
I
die!
got back in. So I've killed 41% of the bugs
Request
in my
approved.
lives.
Deploying
But now
reinforcements.
I'm out of equipment to spawn there. Like, it's probably already off cooldown, but
Ready to liberate.
Deploying sentry. Deploying fortification.
Back empty. How'd you like to taste all freedom? Get some. Projectile! Never mind. Have a taste of democracy.
Bow fighters. Two fucking bow fighters are coming.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
You will never destroy our way of life.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Throwing grenades.
I'm gonna be a cheap bow fighting for all of eternity, so. Fuck everything else. I'm literally sitting there spamming the Q button. They never even fucking hit me, and my character was not stimming.
Request approved. Deploying
He
reinforcements.
refused to stim that entire fucking time.
Joining the fray.
Sending down fortification. Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Why is this facing the...
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
So I can't even do anything. What the hell? I literally went back into the area multiple times! And it just, I literally have almost killed all the bugs, and it just cheated to fucking kill me and my fucking turrets.
Have been launched.
And the game didn't even let me use my fucking emplacement.
Democracy.
The emplacement was in the battlefield. I was in the battlefield. Everything was in the fucking battlefield.
Equipment package.
Mag's empty. Fire in the hole!
I'm literally sitting there spamming Q, and it's like they're just insta killing me. It's not my character refuses to stim, even when he's not being hit. He's completely refusing to stim. And look, they've already moved to where I'm at before I even fucking come down from the fucking space. Look, that time it stemmed just fine.
And democracy raises the
I literally defeated most of the bugs without any issues, and then my last three deaths were all because of you pulled some fucking bullshit out of your ass and literally wouldn't even let me fight back. But guess what? I had a perfect run. Because I proved to myself, and I don't have to prove anything to others, they're all fucking fake, but I proved to myself that I can do it. Like, I know that I could have done it with that build and with that strategy. And that actually makes the bot build a little bit better. The only thing I'm not so certain about is my stealth build. Because it now involves two fucking turrets. But the two turrets complement each other, though. I've got the regular turret, which is a good distraction. You know, I've got the mobility to get me out of there. And then also, if I'm just, you know, trying to prepare to completely demolish some static enemies that I know I want to take out, or if I need, you know, if I'm in the gloom and so I have absolutely no access to radar, which is kind of, you know, the whole thing of the stealth, then I can use the mortar turret to kind of, you know, because I'm putting the mortar turret on my stealth build, funnily enough. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what the fuck? Right now,
Another perfect day to defend freedom.
and of course, that Gatling turret, and with me putting the Wasp back on the defense build, you know, that'll help me deal with some of the enemies, you know, as long as I'm not getting overwhelmed, swarmed, which is pretty much the only thing that ever happens. Now, with 4 Helldivers, you can you can usually mitigate all that. But with less, it's kind of hard to do. Kind of fucking hard to do. But yeah, every single build, actually... Holy shit. Every build except for my Blitz build now has a green strategy somewhere.
Further evidence reveals how the Illuminate used the Iridium singularity to enable their return. The destruction of the Terminate supercolony earlier this year appears to have created a wormhole, which the Illuminate were able to use to force entry into our galaxy. Experts speculate that following the end of the First Galactic War, Illuminate refugees fled outside the Milky Way, trapping themselves in intergalactic space. Until now. An investigation is underway to determine if the scientists responsible for the development of the dark fluid bombs used to destroy the supercolony were secretly under Illuminate mind control the entire time. Coming up next, a teenager's homemade surveillance post finds dissident activity right in their own neighborhood. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'm staying tuned. But anyways. But yeah, there's only one. But there's only one build that doesn't have at least one green stratagem in it now. So.
Your fellow Helldivers rage against the enemy's tyranny.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm raging against the enemy's tyranny right fucking now. Can't you hear me raging? Can you not hear the rage in my voice? I am enraged, okay? Fuck you.
Mission coordinates locked.
I'm done with that build.
Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Isn't it so green?
Orbit synchronized.
Alright. Right now, there aren't a whole lot of air units that I've seen, so probably won't really have to worry about that too much. But yeah. This is extremely good for everything that I was doing just a moment ago, all the running and the gunning, and mostly just the running. Because, you know, you gotta do a lot of fucking running against bugs. No matter what. And normally I would get the motivational shots, but I'm just gonna get back to that. I'm sick of this shit. Actually, you know what? Since it's a defense mission. Because even though I would like to not get one shot, me only having 2 stims means that if I don't get one shot, then I'm gonna die much more quickly. I essentially could have twice as much health. But you know, the thing is, I'm just gonna get one shots. Whatever I try to do, just counter it with bullshit you can.
Go now, Helldiver. Let our enemies take no step that is not hindered by the corpse of their comrade.
Sending down support weapon. Deploying minefield. Stand clear. Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Leaving the mission area. Bullshit. I call bullshit, but whatever.
Calling equipment package.
I'll be able to just freely snipe these guys.
Throwing grenade!
About the crossbow, these guys are too fucking
How about a nice cup of liver?
running grenades back and
Get some!
only at 31.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
I need stim!
It was reloading my other weapon instead of switching weapons for some reason. And my R key and my number 1 key are not close to each other at all. That doesn't make any sense, but I killed almost half the bugs in a single life, so...
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
There is but one.
What the fuck? See, it's cheating again! The game's fucking straight up cheating again. I never left the fucking map radius! And it fucking counted me as outside the map that entire fucking time. Even though I was never outside of the fucking map radius. I'm literally inside the map right fucking now.
Firing gas strike.
You'll never destroy our way of life!
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Fire in the hole!
Oh, it's all my shit.
Setting down equipment package.
Where's my backpack and all that other shit?
Grenade!
Right here, some shotgun, okay. I literally got knocked away from them and I was still in the middle of them. That doesn't make any fucking sense. The game's just cheating to fucking kill me over and over again. And I don't even know where my fucking backpack is because I can't stop and take a look at the fucking mini-map. Why? And my character is just refusing to move now all of a sudden. All I'm seeing is
Warning,
like
you are leaving the mission area.
Okay, here we go.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Okay, one shot and then he immediately unburrows. I've never seen that happen before. I'm literally stimming myself instead of being slow for some reason.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
Out of
My
steps!
stims, but I've got the backpack now. See, I got knocked over by the Impaler, and then the fucking Bile Titan just continued to puke on me.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
So I finally got my shit. I found my shit and picked it up, and even though I didn't have any stims, they still basically had to
Reporting
cheat
to the
to kill me.
front.
Deploying minefield. Stand clear. Gas strike incoming.
You have served democracy. Extraction awaits.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
And again, I couldn't stim. See, that time it was actually legitimate though.
Pelican 1 returning to extraction
I
point.
literally saw,
Please
like,
ensure you're inside the extraction radius.
I literally saw the dude, like, my dude pulled up his arm and tried to fucking stim. And then,
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
How about a nice cup of liver tea? Throwing grenade.
and there were two
Taking
charges
their last
that
breath,
charged me back.
ensuring the immortality
But you see, if it hadn't
of
cheated those extra times, I could have easily just spawned back in. I could have maybe spawned closer to my stuff and then picked it up and then actually gotten to fucking use it again. Because you know what I mean? Like, it was just... Anyways, I extracted during that mission. Like, if the game hadn't cheated, if you hadn't cheated and fucked with me, I could have easily extracted during that as well. So the bug build is very good against the bugs. It's not supposed to be used in a defense mission. Funny thing is, because of all the fucking gas, it seems to work a lot better in the defense mission than the actual defense build does, which is just wild. Mainly because for some reason that plasma grenade launcher just doesn't fucking do anything. Which is just wild. It is absolutely fucking wild to me that that plasma launcher does not fucking do anything. The Blizzard just refuses to shoot anything though, so I think I would still rather have the plasma launcher though. Because as nice as it would be to, you know, lob that crap with, you know, anything else, it's... Neither of them really do any good, though. Neither of them are what I need. I feel like the support build would be best with the Hulk, but I don't fucking know, man. I do not fucking know. not being able to shoot while carrying something
Announcement
does suck.
system test. Freedom. Democracy. Liberty.
The stealth build, though, I've got
Independence.
long range.
Managed
I've got the mortar
democracy.
for long range engagement.
Test
So
complete.
But yeah, no staggers or stuns or anything, though. And the mobility is nice, but that at least something. It might make it a bit difficult. But that's why we have the auto turrets. The auto turret, the mortar turret is more for offense than defense. Because again, you can set that down before engaging, before attacking like a main objective. But then again, if you're attacking a main objective, you're not going to be. That has nothing to do with stealth. So yeah, again, EMS might actually, especially if we're going for halt for extra stuns. And having both mortars on the same character is just useful. Because you need something with killing power. The arc thrower does a little bit of damage. The halt does a little bit of damage, but they're both used for keeping the enemies in place. It is, in fact, the fucking mortar turret that will be all of his killing power. And really, it's supposed to be his teammates, but mortar can help too. And as long as he's controlling his pings, so that he knows, he can ping specific enemies to make sure that the mortar turrets hopefully don't target teammates, the regular mortar and the EMS mortar will essentially target the same thing. So that can be really useful. And then we can do EMS on this dude, and he will use mobility for his stealth. Mobility and of course distraction, because he's got his auto turret. So he's got distractions. He's got, he can stop enemies in their tracks. Breaking line of sight, might be useful. He's got long range engagement. Problem is he doesn't have anything for dealing with enemies at close range. But I guess if he jetpacks away, he can just pop an ultimatum, and then bam, enemies are, I guess, dead. Because yeah, with the longer detection range, enemies have to get much closer before they can actually detect you. So if you just try to jet away and make sure that the last place that they saw you is where all the EMS is, then that could potentially be very useful. And with the Deadeye is not going to be as good when it comes to long-range combat, because if you're taking out a scout group, if you're taking out a point of interest, static defenses, if you're taking out anything, you need to be able to kill them all, one after the other, in a particularly rapid manner. And of course, the ultimatum and dynamite are just backups, and dynamite is also very good for, if you want to try to set up destruction of multiple factories, you can throw dynamite into several of them, and then the dynamite will go off later. So there's all sorts of tactics that can be used for just, and the ultimatum can also be used to very quickly get rid of, say, a strategy jammer, or Eye of Sauron, since I don't remember if it can actually destroy that. I know it can destroy a strategy jammer. I'm not sure about the detector towers. It's often referred to in the community as Eye of Sauron, because it works kind of like that, looks kind of like that, acts kind of like that. But yeah. Oh yeah, stats. Let's let everyone pour over my stats. Exactly 100 shots fired. But yeah, that was just the bug. Personal order completed. I didn't even check to see what my portional order was. What my personal order was. Oh yeah, I completed the objective, so I get to keep using it. But instead of the bug build, I'm actually just going to switch over immediately to the bounty hunter build, because the bug build is pretty self-explanatory. It's just all gas, railgun for dealing with heavier enemies. I switched it up. I put the mortar on the support build, so the support build is now a friendly fire, just a team massacre. I did put the halt shotgun back on them though, and I put the semi-automatic, put the marksman rifle back on the stealth build. I'm kind of deciding, do I want to? I feel like I want to try to showcase the
Hellpods Prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Showcase the stealth build, and it's I'm going to make a completely non-lethal variation of the stealth build that I use.
Orbit
just full-on smoke EMS, not EMS turret, because the missiles from the EMS turret that it launches actually deal damage. Not sure about the regular EMS, but the EMS turret does deal damage. So I've confirmed this, and other people have also confirmed this. But there's also people who've tried to say that that's not true. So. Death everywhere. Well, it can't be nearly as bad as what I just went through with the full-on defense, so. And yes, I did switch it back to the Punisher Plasma, because I have the, I don't know. I feel like the crossbow was doing a really good job, and the Punisher Plasma does do 250 damage per shot. And it staggers enemies. So it would take maybe like 3 shots for it to be, as effective as the crossbow. And even though it only has twice the ammo. But it's a massive AoE and it still staggers the target, so compared to the Blitzer is pretty good. But the problem is that the Blitzer, if the enemies are around my turrets, I can't target them. If I shoot the Punisher Plasma at them, it'll at least stagger them, and then I can fire and deal damage to all of them, and then I can fire another shot, and it'll probably deal damage to the turret too. But it doesn't matter, because if I shoot at them with the Arc Blitzer doesn't damage the turret, but it doesn't damage anything, because they're usually on the other side of the turret, or they're off to the side, and it refuses to target them. Plus the Punisher Plasma just has more range. So the Punisher Plasma is just going to be insanely more useful. In every sense of the manner. The word, of just everything. It's going to be more useful. Insanely more useful. I do like the Blitzer. I was a big fan of the Blitzer for a very long time, but it just, with these enemies, it's impossible to really, like, you saw what I had to do. I had to just keep zapping and diving and zapping and diving and zapping and diving. It wasn't doing anything. I couldn't really keep them off of me. if you notice, it would barely stun one enemy long enough for me to, long enough for that enemy to suddenly come to and try to charge towards me again before it stunned them again. And that was at maximum fire rate. The good news, I guess, is that you don't have to reload it. So it has infinite ammo, which is one upside that it has that the SG-8 Punisher Plasma does not have. So that's basically what we're going to test out right now. This is still kind of a defense-type mission, because I do have to defend the civilians, and I could just essentially use stealth to do this, but I want to try to do this with a defense build and see how well that works out when I actually have time to set up my fucking defenses before shit hits the fan, before things go south. This also helps me move faster, so this will just be... Can't even fucking breathe. In and of itself is fucking... Thank you very much for that.
Today the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
Sending down sentry. Deploying support weapon. Sending down equipment package.
Have a taste of democracy!
Sending down fortification.
And also, if an enemy is going to set off an alarm, I can at least use the grenade launcher to blast the grenade launcher does.
Fire in the hole!
Sending down sentry.
What the hell? The dude wasn't even point blank range yet. The dude was still several feet away from me, and it's literally put me as far away from my shit as it possibly could. It refused to let me get any closer. And now, apparently, while I was dead is when they decided to call in the fucking bug breach. And look, they're beelining straight towards me as if they know where I'm at. Even though there's no possible way they could have known that I was over here. The game just cheated. They fucking instant killed me. Okay, so I don't get this. I'm going to be meleeing them in the face, and it's not, my melee attacks are not doing this. And then I stemmed, and my character just didn't stem until like 5 seconds later, and then when he finally did fucking stem, it didn't matter, he was already dead. And again, I still can't control my fucking thing. I can't control anything.
Democracy has landed!
fucking battle titan right there. I can't even see what's going on.
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
So look at this. This isn't even a fucking defense mission. This is just a normal fucking mission. But I'm not allowed to steer my hell pod. The enemies always know where I'm at, just like in a defense mission. Which I've literally specifically brought the shit for dealing with a defense mission. So look, they're coming straight toward me. I'm literally lying down.
Deploying sentry.
The turret did you notice that? Did you see that? The turret didn't fire a single fucking shot. It didn't fire a single shot. I spawned it in, and it just immediately died without firing a single fucking shot. Of course, that's gonna bounce
Telling
out.
equipment package.
So crush it. Kill it instantly. The health pod went straight through it, but it didn't do damage to it for some reason. There we go.
Terminate hive structure destroyed.
And you see how they were just running straight towards me?
Deploying sentry.
And then my turret shot me first. It didn't even bother shooting any of the other dudes that were around it. It shot me. And what the fuck? And it just put me on the did it just put me on the opposite side of the map from where I just died? It did. It just it wanted to intentionally put me near the mega nest. But see, look, it put me as far away from my equipment and everything that was going on as possible. And for some reason my character's standing. I was literally lying down and he stood up while I was looking at the map. He stood up on his own while I was looking at the fucking map. But it put me on the opposite side of the mega nest. And I've only got one reinforcement left, so this is obviously intentional to fucking kill me. You're just fucking pathetic. And the mega nest is apparently right on the edge of the map. I might be able to get some room if I go south. Again, I'm just trying to be strategic and tactical about this. Because this is not a game where you're meant to brute force things, and also, I don't like to brute force things anyways. But, fuck if that matters. I started out right fucking here, and didn't even get to fucking start on the objective. Ended up dying 4 or 5 fucking times in a row to some bullshit. Oh, look at that. I actually went outside the map. I went back inside the map, and then it actually stopped counting down the fucking trader. You know, I don't know why I didn't expect this, but what I should have expected was for the game to just cheat and fucking kill me with Trader Barrage. That's what I should have expected. I should have anticipated that. Because you know that's exactly what... I know that that's exactly what you could do. You're intentionally reminding me that you can do that, and pretending that you're being merciful by not doing it. But that's not gonna fucking work. Your tricks don't work on me. It's the same bullshit that it always has been, always will be. It's just fucking annoying is what it is. That's the only thing that it is. It's fucking annoying. So the only reason, I guarantee you know what? I bet you the enemies do actually know where I'm at. I bet you that all the enemies that were up here are marching their way down to where I'm at on the map right fucking now. I guarantee that that's exactly what they're doing.
Sending down sentry.
Why am I hearing random, like, fucking shotgun sounds?
Deploying sentry.
There's something here.
I don't need any of these samples. I don't know why I'm collecting them.
Sending down equipment package. Deploying support weapon.
What the hell? Where did all my fucking turrets go? And I literally picked up the fucking supplies! I literally picked up extra grenades, and I picked up fucking extra... What the fuck? I literally picked up the supplies, and it put it in my inventory, and then immediately removed it! I'm getting fucking magically rubber banded by bullshit!
Point these to the enemy!
Because I don't have any fucking internet problems. Maybe it's just Helldivers. Maybe Helldivers is just automatically rubber banding.
Deploying sentry.
How about a nice cup of liberty? Get some! Get some! Mag's empty.
And that's why I like this better than the Blitz.
You will never destroy our way of life!
Additional reinforcement funding approved.
Get some! Get some!
I don't know why I hear the fucking shotgun. And also, why can't I fucking pick up any goddamn supplies? I literally just walked to where my supplies were. There weren't any fucking enemies over there. And yet... There weren't any fucking enemies over there, and yet they called in a bug breach over there. had to use a fucking... I've already had to use 2 of my stims already. Because the game just had to fucking completely attack me non-stop with a bunch of fucking bullshit. Two fucking grenades and they're still not even damaged.
Approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about. It's just nothing but utter fucking bullshit.
Deploying sentry.
And look, one of them tried to call a bug breach. I interrupted him. Another one just immediately calls in the bug breach. Now, I get that I'm wearing heavy armor, so I'm not supposed to be able to outrun these guys. I'm literally fucking shooting directly at them. There is no mission area! This is bullshit! There is absolutely nothing but bullshit in this fucking game!
Today's defeat soaks the forge of tomorrow.
The vitality boost gave me another second of life. Another second of life before he paused after doing his little 1, 2, 3, then he took another step forward and then he smacked me again.
Additional reinforcement funding approved.
Fucking pathetic is all it is. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. But anyways, if you hadn't pulled your fucking bullshit, I would have done everything that I said I was going to, so I say mission complete. I successfully did everything that I was supposed to do today. And you're just doing what you always do, which for some reason apparently is your objective, so go fuck yourself, but have a wonderful, fantastic fucking day, evening, whatever.